Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, January 28th. It's 5:34 p.m. Eastern Time, and of course we have another live trading video from Trader Jim. In the second half of the video, there's a great analogy, a great story that Jim has to tell. Please watch the video all the way through and listen to it. It's just great words of wisdom. In the beginning of Trader Jim's video, every single video, he talks about what levels will be in play, and many traders ask me, well, how does he arrive at these levels? Well, Jim has his own way of doing this, and he doesn't really want to reveal exactly how he does it, but there's a lot of ways to figure out what key levels are, and I've talked about this many times, but once again I want to show you today's numbers that Jim spoke of that were in play were the 89.50 to 70 zone and the expected 90.50. Now, it's pretty obvious where these numbers come from. Looking at the fib grid chart here, the 89.53 was the low of the night session. So the low of the night session and the high of the night session, the previous night session, are extremely important numbers. And of course, as I've always said, these high volume nodes here, like at 90.28, 89.86, and so forth, but the low of the night session, the low of the regular session here is also important, but you can see there's a lot of volume. Here's 89.75, and then the point of control from yesterday was 89.74, and then of course the low of the night session here. So it's pretty obviously that is why this 89.50 area to 89.70 zone is a key level. Also note today on the market that the low of the previous day, before the Friday, before the market tanked, was 91.08, and basically the market came up and filled that gap today. And if you can just see the crosshair here, the first high of the day here, basically, that was really the second push around the 2:15 hour that the market filled the gap. The 90.50 level was, he said, was expected, and that was also the high of the night session 2 nights ago. And then it was tested on the previous night session, last night. In the market, the NASDAQ only got as high as 90.40. So, but anyway, the high of the test, I should say, the high was really on the opening bar on Sunday. But on the Sunday night session, the high here was 90.51. So just some food for thought about ways to arrive at key levels. I could go into a whole discussion on daily and weekly charts. And if you bring over the daily chart here, every one of these daily highs and lows are levels that should be noted. Here I drew a Fibonacci extension, a bigger one here, and then a smaller one from here to here to here. And so the two Fibonacci levels on these Fibonacci extensions that have a lot of confluence is this 92.66 level. This is a key level. This is also the high of 3 days ago. And then a 100% extension of this move. So starting here, going here, pulling back would be 94.75. That is what Jim would call a completion level. Okay, so this swing here, and then this bigger swing here would be this 94.20. So first 94.20, and then 94.75, and then of course 93.43 is the 76% extension, and then 88 is a key number, and that would probably coincide with this 100% level. So this is how I use Fibonacci, and the Fib grid does a really good job of showing you these levels as well. Okay, let's take a look at today's live trading video.
January 28th, about 7 o'clock. Gonna have to leave today, so just gonna try and catch a quick trade on a Super Renko 6. I will probably leave the open range filter chart going while I'm out. Longs are clicked. So the key area remains 89.50 to 89.70. So as long as that area holds, 9,060 is expected into today, and higher, of course. It all depends if that 89.50 to 70 area is indeed the new support. I know it's a very wide area, but because of the volatility, those areas, the way I see them, tend to increase in size. I know a 20-point zone sounds huge, but not if you compare it to the movement from basically 9,300 down to 89.30 about. So the moving average is blue. If we have blue bars now, it should be a long trade.
Concern about the virus is weighing on global stock markets. The Dow fell more than 450 points Monday, its worst day since October.
And now we're learning new details about the plan to evacuate Americans trapped in the city where the outbreak started.
This morning, a new warning from the State Department urging Americans to reconsider travel to all of China because of the coronavirus.
All right, so here's the long.
A hospital in Wuhan, built in a matter of days as the number of cases keep rising in the country. More than 4,000 are now sick.
This is still pre-market, so I don't necessarily expect things to move fast, but you know,
people in Wuhan,
I would like my stop to be slightly lower here.
Shouting messages of solidarity to each other from their windows. The messages roughly translated to hang in there. Back in this country, the CDC...
Well, John Bolton's revelations might have been a game changer.
We were seeing those key moderate Republicans coming out and saying this gives them pause.
This was supposed to be wrapped up with a bow by the end of the week, how the White House is trying to contain the damage. LAPD choppers weren't flying in this weather, so why was Kobe Bryant's?
They had told him you can...
Right, so looks like first target was hit.
California crash site.
Actually, it didn't even take so long, considering it's still Globex. 33, not bad. Should I put a stop at break even? Right.
From ABC.
Do have to leave in about an hour and a half or so, so definitely have room to go higher. Like I said, 9,060 is just the initial area we should explore.
Oh, I think we have a vote coming in. So we got every single Republican voted for us. Whoa.
His own personal agenda. And Democrats are saying, listen to these book summaries. Like, this is the thing. The former national security advisor, handpicked by President Trump, says the thing we said happened.
We have a witness with first-hand evidence of the president's actions for which he is on trial.
So yesterday, as Republican lawyers got ready to slam this case shut, Republican lawmakers suddenly looked a lot more concerned. Let's go to our powerhouse political team this morning. ABC's chief White House.
24 hours before, it was really hard to see how Democrats were going to be...
Okay, so that's it, with some positive slippage.
All of a sudden,
Took much faster. I mean, I thought we'd have to wait, but beautiful, really. The arbitrator picked a perfect location for a long. Remember, I didn't start it until I saw until around here. So this is really a perfect location. Of course, ideally, it would be somewhere here, but the fact is, I still was not convinced here. I was awake here, and I was looking at this, but I was not convinced that we did not need to test 89.70 to 89.50, because they came fairly close to testing it, and then they changed direction. So at this point, I was not ready yet to turn on the longs. So once I turned on the longs, it was really just a perfect execution, perfect management, perfect exit by the arbitrator. And I am done for now. Looking to possibly, depending where we are, closer to 9 o'clock, because I will have to leave around between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And I'll be back maybe around 12, hopefully. But I'll have to see what price is at to see if I can leave the 500 tick open range filter chart going. So we'll see. All right. Well, I've been home for a while, but I just, unfortunately, I kept waiting for a pullback. So from the morning trade, I don't remember. I mean, I hope I mentioned that 9,060 would be a price completion for me, trading above the 89.50 to 89.70 zone. It was completed. Now, I did not use the 500 tick open range filter today, and let me explain why. Well, because I was looking for 9,060 to be a price completion, at 9 o'clock, when I was about to leave, they traded at 9,025. My fear was that by the time they open at 9:30, they would be at around maybe 9,040. And so that template requires a 25-point move. It's a $500 target with one contract, so a 25-point move. So if they're at around 40, a 25-point move would be pushing into the price completion, which for me was 9,060. And as you know, if you've been watching my videos, very often, even if, let's say, they go to 55 or 56, I would consider it to be a completion of 60. So I was afraid there would not be enough room, and I was not home. So I was afraid there would not be enough room to go to reach the daily target for that template. Now, look, I mean, what I'm showing you is real time. So I did not know that the price was going to do this. If I've known, obviously I would have clicked on longs, which is what I was considering, but was too afraid to take that chance because there was no guarantee they're going to go above 60. So yeah, I mean, I definitely missed out on a beautiful long trade that would definitely have hit its target. The only thing I'm not sure of is, as I'm looking at a chart, I'm not sure if I would be triggered long, because there was a sell-off at first, from what I see now. So I guess I'm not sure if I would have been triggered into a long, and then I'm not sure if the stop would have held, or I would have been taken out. I have no way of knowing that. So be it as it may, I probably missed out on a winning long trade, and that's okay. So what am I looking for now? Well, I am looking for some kind of a pullback, because now trading above 9,060. The next stop is 91.35. 91.35, they don't have to do it today, but it's out there. 91.35 would be the next price completion after 9,060. So obviously 9,060 has to hold for the 91.35 to happen. After 91.35 is 91.85 to 91.90. So if they're really strong, they would just shoot right to that, maybe even by tomorrow. But that's in the future. So right now, as you can see, I have nothing going, not longs, not shorts, just waiting to see if some kind of a pullback will happen before, say, maybe 3 o'clock. Right now it's 12:30, so it's possible. If we can get a retracement, I would love, of course, a retracement down to 9,060. Don't think that would happen. So I might have to try and go for something sooner than that. And then, of course, the arbitrator has to qualify the trade. So we'll see. I'm going to go grab some lunch, and we'll see what's going to happen. Well, a fairly minor retracement so far. I clicked the longs, and I'm just going to wait for a confirmation. Like I said, ideally, I would love to see 60 before taking a long. We'll see. All right, well, so here's the long. Plenty of time. 1:15. I think they should easily get back to 9,100. Stop is in a good place. Below the swing and below this swing over here. This could be possibly a double bottom here. So we'll see. Okay, so looks like hit first target, took a while. 152, going on 2 o'clock, still got 2 hours left. Let's see if we can hit the daily target here. You know what, I am going to put the stop at break even. No reason to risk the second half unnecessarily. So while we wait here, I just wanted to share a story. So I think Thursday or Friday of last week, I stepped out on the daily open range filter chart. So that account that got stepped out for the day with a $500 loss. Got together with some friends of ours and their son, who is going for his PhD in mathematics. Really sharp kid. Well, kid, he's 26 years old. I guess I call him a kid. Anyway, so he watches the videos, and he asked me this interesting question. He asked me regarding that account that got stepped out with that template, with the ORB template. He asked me, so what happened over there? Why didn't the auto trader work in that instance? So for most of us, this is a strange question. Now remember, he is brilliant, but he's not a trader, so but I think even new traders, or maybe traders who have been trading for a while but who are struggling, this kind of a question might make sense. Why didn't the auto trader work in that instance? So I was trying to figure out a good way of answering this question, something he can relate to. So I asked him, in your studies, do you ever use a calculator? And he said, yeah, sure, of course. I said, all right. When using a calculator, do you sometimes get a solution to a problem wrong? And he said, yes, of course. I said, great, okay. So in those instances, when you use the calculator, but you still get the problem wrong, why isn't the calculator working? So then I think he gave me the same look I gave him just a couple of minutes before. He said, what? I said, well, you use the calculator to solve a problem and you still got the problem wrong. So I'm asking you, why didn't the calculator work? He said, well, the calculator has nothing to do with it. The calculator will simply help me in solving a problem, but it all depends on the numbers I put in. If I put in the wrong numbers, or if my strategy for solving the problem is wrong, then using a calculator is not going to help me, but it's not the calculator's fault that I get the solution wrong. So then I just looked at him, and he kind of realized where I was going with this. He said, no, but this is different, he said. And I said, well, different how? He said, it's different because isn't the whole point of a trading software to make you money? Purchase a software, a trading software, so you can make money trading, right? So the software is supposed to make you money. And I told him, trading software is not going to help you make money any more than a calculator is going to help you in solving a math problem. As long as you do everything right, as long as you have the right input into the calculator, it will help you solve the problem. But you put in the wrong numbers, and you will get the problem wrong, but it's not the calculator's fault. You use a trading software, but you don't put in the right parameters, the right values. If you don't have the right idea or the right plan, the trading software is not going to help you. So then we got into the whole discussion, well, what is the purpose of any trading software? And the way I look at it, and I think Randy looks at it the same way, trading software is a tool. It is a tool that helps us trade. What you see over here, this is the most sophisticated, consistent, and reliable trading tool on the market today. But you're not just gonna download it onto your platform, put in some template, sit back and make tens of thousands of dollars a day. That's not gonna happen. It is the work that you put into it. So if we go back to that trade on, I think, Thursday, open range filter that got stopped out, if you remember, I disabled the short trades. I went longs only because my work told me we should see higher prices. Ultimately, we did see higher prices, but before then, the market took, there was a retracement big enough to stop me out of my position. So is it the arbitrator's fault that I disabled the shorts and took the longs instead? No, it's not. It's not the arbitrator's fault. The arbitrator followed exactly what I told it to do. It took a perfect long trade right above the daily open range, but then price went against the position. Is it the arbitrator's fault? No. The arbitrator did everything perfectly. It managed the trade perfectly, it entered perfectly, and when price went against the position, it took me out. It did its job. As far as being profitable or not profitable, that's not up to the arbitrator. That is up to me. I need to take responsibility if I misinterpret or if I get the direction of the market wrong. I cannot be blaming the arbitrator for that. I thought it was an interesting point because I think, and I think I was making the same mistake a few years back. I think I was trying to find something to take the responsibility off of myself. I wanted something that would trade for me and make money, and then if it doesn't, well, then I can blame that other thing. Well, it's not me, it's that. And I've come to realize that, no, it has to be me. Let's see if we can get the target here. Disable the longs. You need a case, come in. Oh, it touched me, but didn't fill. And now it fills, and now I'm done. And this is it. So it's 2 o'clock. And here it is. 2 more hours left, but yeah, see, I cannot take shorts under these conditions, and there's no guarantee they're going to go higher today. Like I said, 91.35 is the next price completion, followed by 91.85 to 90. But I think this is it for me for today. So anyway, I hope this little story, I thought it was appropriate because I don't want anyone to think that there is such a thing, even if not this software, there is nothing, there is no methodology out there, there is no indicator that can simply be right 100% of the time. The decision I made on Thursday to go longs only is the same decision I would make 10 out of 10 times. It was not a wrong decision. Just because the trade wasn't profitable does not mean it was the wrong decision. There was a difference. The decision was the right decision based on my interpretation of the price action. Did I know that the market's going to go the other way? Of course not. There was no way of knowing what price is going to do. All we can do is have a methodology that over time is profitable. But the way probability works, you're not going to be right every time. And even if you have a methodology that's, let's say, right 70-75% of the time, it is still very possible that you can have 3, 4, 5, 8 losing trades in a row. As a matter of fact, it's guaranteed to happen over a large enough sample. So, it's... So anyway, I don't want to go too much into it, but I thought it was an interesting conversation, having a conversation with someone who is not a trader and the way they look at what trading software should be, it's really the wrong idea. So if there are any new traders out there who watch this, keep in mind that there is no holy grail. There's actually only one holy grail, and that's you. It's not any kind of software or anything else. If you do the work, if you have the screen time, if you put in the effort, then a trading software like this can help you be profitable. All right, that's all. See you tomorrow.